Thank you, Zeke. Okay, it is damn late tonight. It's 8:49, even a little bit past 8:49 on Wednesday. What's supposed to be tax day, April 15, 2020. But I had to go to Trader Joe's today. Yeah. And it was 35, 40 minutes waiting online, and then a couple of hours there and getting back late and putting stuff away. And yeah. So I want to say something. And I had it planned better, but because of the rush to do this and we have to eat afterwards, I kind of lost my train. But I want to say, all right, Baba, I'm going to just dive in. This may shock some of my younger friends, but I'm 67, almost 60 years old. I feel about 20 or 30 or 40, and sometimes other ages, but I've spent a lot of that time. I started out to be a really big musician, writer, singer, songwriter. And then God stepped into my life in a very personal way, and I kind of lost interest in that, and I directed my art and creativity to the inner journey, and it's been wonderful, and I'm grateful, and I've got I'm nourished by the work, the creativity that's come from me. That's a pretty wonderful thing, and others are too. But my biggest struggle at this age, the struggles of the 20s are of certain teen years are a certain kind, the 20s are a certain kind, the 30s are a certain, the 40s, and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. And if you don't know Sly and the Family Stone, look them up. Different Strokes, that song is called. Anyway, my challenge in this years have been, damn it, I've got a lot that I'm here to give, and I have not given it. And because of the COVID virus and feeling the need to share some of that at a time of need, I started these live streams. And my ghazals alone will take me for 3 months. And by then I could have put together a second book of ghazals, and I have other poetry. But the songs might run out sooner than the poetry. And so I went looking up my old records, and turns out I've got songs that I have abandoned from when I was 18, 19, 20, 22, and they're actually really good. And they were meant to not just be sung at a fraternity party when I was 18 and put in a closet. So I'm going to pull out some of those songs now, and I'll mix them in with my more current songs. This one, I'm going to start with a mellower one from maybe early 70s. 1972 or 3, or maybe sooner. It's called The March, and you'll see what it's about right away. Woke up early Saturday morning, watched the dawn rise over the horizon. Bleary-eyed, I drank my tea. Another full day was standing in front of me. And I walked out the door and down the street, my destiny to me. Took the train to who knows where and who knows why, and I know I didn't care. Rode for minutes, rode for days, rowed my boat down towards a brighter day. And the rain fell down, and it glistened the leaves, and it tested the needs of love. Ba-do-do-do-do-do, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-do-do-do-do-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Got back home and dried my eyes and ears and nose, and heaven knows it wasn't late. It's just a drop in the rain, you say, but a drop and a drop and a drop makes an ocean someday. And I walked out the door and down the street, my destiny to me. Probably wrote that when I was around 20. This one I wrote when I was not quite 18. And yeah, so here we go. I have to change the keys on all of these because my voice is finally getting deeper. It's called Stand By Me. Before the famous Stand By Me, there was my Stand By Me. Whoops. Okay. I'm feeling alone and I got nobody to love. I don't want to moan, but I got nobody to love. I don't seem to show it and it hurts so bad, but time's gotta be on my side, 'cause I need someone to stand by me. I passed beautiful people as my childhood faded away. If I'd been a little bit older, they'd be more than memories today. Sometimes I just can't stand it, gotta set myself free. Wish she was still here with me, 'cause I need someone to stand by me. Boom, 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 bow, bow, ba da bow do do. Boom, bow, 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 do 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 da da ba. Ba do bow, 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 bow. I need someone to stand by me. I don't feel like I'm living, but I sure don't feel like dying. I don't feel like I'm giving, but I feel like I ought to be trying. 'Cause every time love begins to get near, it slowly disappears. 'Cause I need someone to stand by me. Okay. And I love that. I'd forgotten that. I'd forgotten that so bad. So long, so bad. And you see, I've got these. I wrote them by hand and then I typed them up. So around the time, I got sheets and sheets and sheets of these songs and poems. And so I'll be pulling these out to mix in with the more recent things. Each age challenge is just tied by a silver thread to all the others. Okay, so this one is, I guess I was about 42 when I wrote this. And you go through some intense things and life frees you sometimes in really wonderful ways that can really knock your socks off and make you wonder what the hell is going on. And that can happen at any age, and it does, but it's different in that time. Anyway, this is called When I Say I Trust You. Whoops, changing the key. When I say I trust you, it doesn't mean for a little while. I'm not looking over my shoulder to see if you're gonna live up to it. We've come too far together for a little bad weather to hold us back. It wouldn't be much of a love if a little vibration could make it crack. I've seen the mountains mountains crumbling into the ocean, and the stars came tumbling down. I felt the earth rumbling, and all of the rivers came flowing all over the ground. The waves from the ocean came crashing to wash away everything I put my hand upon. I guess you could say that we had a little trouble in town today. But when I say I trust you, it means it's just another day. It doesn't mean that things have to go in a way I understand. 'Cause you and me been together way back before there was earth and sky. So it's a little bit of trouble when I see that love light in your eye. You're giving me your messages, and I have listened carefully, though they cut my heart to bits, and following them made such a fool of me. You've been more clear than I've ever known what embarrassment and pain you sown. But I would not change a page, even though I know just what it brings. 'Cause when I say I trust you, I put it unconditionally. I know that you're not gonna let me down or put me in some kind of trance. You keep your word implicitly, for you are infinite honesty. So why should I complain if you ask me to do such a little dance? I've seen the mountains crumbling into the ocean, and the stars came a-tumbling down. I felt the earth rumbling, and all of the rivers came flowing all over the ground. The waves from the ocean came crashing to wash away everything I put my hand upon. I guess you could say that we had a little trouble in town today. But when I say I trust you, it doesn't mean for a little while. I'm not looking over my shoulder to see if you're gonna live up to it. We've come too far together for a little bad weather to hold us back. It wouldn't be much of a love if just a little earthquake could make it crack. When I say I love you, it means I trust you. When I say I trust you, you know it means I trust you. When I say I trust you, it means I trust you. When I say I trust you, it means I trust you, and that's what it means. Oh. Well, I messed up in a nice way. One word in that. In the last final crescendo, it should have been when I say I trust you. When I say I trust you, it means I trust you. When I say, but the first time it said when I say I love you, it means I trust you. And it reminded me of something that my first real mentor, spiritual mentor, told us that were around him. His name was Dr. Harry Kenmore. He was an intimate disciple of Mayor Baba. And he related a situation in which Baba said, "Do you love me?" And he said, "Baba, how the hell do I know if I love you? You know, love is..." And he said, "Well, do you trust me?" He said, "Yes, Baba, I trust you implicitly." And he said, "Well, that's good." He said, "Because when you love, you trust. Where there is trust, there is love. Where there is love, there is trust." And Baba said to him, "You know, the real lover of God doesn't even really know that he loves, but he implicitly trusts his divine beloved." And so I would not be telling you that story except somehow I inserted the word love instead of trust in that first of those last four lines. So, thank you. Now I'm going to pull out my book. Let me hang this guitar up. 1 second. And Zeke, my wife Zeke, helped me frame the shot because I'm doing everything in a hurry today. And Elena there she has days when she just sleeps and days when she's very up. And this has been one of those sleepy days. But, I know she likes to be by the music, so I asked Zeke not to move her. So now here we are. 5 more ghazals, which are 7 couplets, a poem made of 7 rhyming couplets. From my book, 424 ways to find your lover. Like 50 ways to leave your lover. 424 ways to find your lover. Except it's not like a personal ad. It's Lonely Hearts Club. It's about how to find the divine lover within oneself that sings to the divine beloved. So we left off with This Cake, which I played on John Donne's line, batter my heart, 3-personed God, and saying, well, but God, you're putting me through the blender and making a cake out of me. And I had the line, make batter of me, 3-person God. But anyway, we're starting up now with ghazal number 76, and I have not read most of these I've not even read to myself in a decade, so they're new to me as I read them to you. Ghazal 76, Vision is your gift. Vision is your gift. I will not be divisive. Pure integrity need not be incisive. Divine qualities are given. They do not require our creation to enjoy them. We are simply asked for our participation. Divine qualities are given. They do not require our creation. To enjoy them, we are asked simply for our participation. Vision is a process of holding on and letting go, focusing and defocusing. God's gift does the rest, We could not make this thing called vision if we tried. Trying only interferes. It cannot be denied. Acceptance is the only gift that we can give. Not lassitude, but holding on and letting go. But holding on and letting go. Cultivating that actitude. Acceptance is the only gift that we can give. Not lassitude, but holding on and letting go. Cultivating that actitude. This is why they say surrender is an active thing. Holding on and letting go is how the caged bird sings. Actively accept God's gift, and life will sail along. We sing our notes, we let them go. Actively accept God's gifts, and life will sail along. We sing our notes, we let them go, and God creates the song. That's called Vision is Your Gift, number 76. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer here. Transformational, ghazal number 77, Transformational Self-Relations. My loving and joyful self, living in the smile around my cheeks and eyes, flows with healing energy, transforming by surprise. My neglected child, dehumanized, is a rusty metallic grid, something like a sewer grating, hardly a little kid. The critical alien voice in me is like a sneering, scornful Klingon on the upper right quadrant of my face, with scaling brow and cruel eyes from which to sting on. My loving, joyful self merely looks upon the sewer grid, and it becomes a waffle, then a Belgian waffle, with whipped cream and cherries under the sun. debuting at the 1964-65 New York World's Fair. Though that went with the previous thing. The Belgian waffle. I'll read it again. My loving, joyful self merely looks upon the sewer grid and becomes a waffle, then a Belgian waffle, with whipped cream and cherries under the sun, debuting at the 1964-65 New York World's Fair. And I am a happy, world-exploring child, discovering wonders there. My loving, joyful self looks on the scornful Klingon, and he dissolves into the brow around my right eye. To pure intelligence it resolves. I return to the situation that had me feeling so paralyzed, and my loving, joyful self, my discoverer child, and pure intelligence all feel really energized. Ghazal 77, Transformational Self-Relations. Sometimes, since I haven't read these in a long time, I don't get them right away when I'm reading them. So that's why I've read some lines more than once. Last two, no, this is number 78. The Healing Art. Our friend is grappling with a stinging nettle. She calls for caring. I both withhold and extend myself. It tests my mettle, my discretion, and daring. Of course, I could just plunge in with wisdom and advice, identifying what's wrong and right, but that wouldn't be very nice. It wouldn't be nice, and it wouldn't be good, and it wouldn't be loving either. After a conversation like that, our friend would surely need a breather. And yet it's true, she came to me because of what I've learned. And I recognize the underlying flame by which her soul's been burned. There is a place for sharing my experience, but here and now, it's God and love and empathy that brings healing best somehow. God has sent you to my door because I have just what you're needing. But why you are feeling so red and raw, the first thing is to stop the bleeding. With all our love and care, we join to tenderly enfold your heart. God will guide us on the rest. This is the healing art. It's Ghazal number 78, the healing art. Yep. Ghazal number 79, it's called Fair Enough. What's the difference between a World's Fair and an exposition? The former feels like the soul's amusement park, while the latter is an explanation. A fair is a place where vendors come to thrive and make you happy. An exposition is so didactic, it winds up feeling sappy. A fair offers countless exciting options from which to choose. An exposition feeds you facts, take it or not, the important news. It really makes a difference how you name a thing, because the picture elements all line up with how you frame the thing. This principle holds equally in the world and in your mind. So be careful in framing the thing you see, for that is what you will find. Some people call me a quibbler, but it really is not mattering. I've never been a nibbler in this life, and these pearls are for scattering. I really cannot take the time to separate the men from swine. Oh, gems I gather, make a beeline to those who treasure vintage wine. Oh, gems I scatter, make a beeline to those who treasure vintage wine. Oh, gems I scatter, make a beeline to those who treasure vintage wine, which is what I want to be, one who treasures vintage wine. So the gems that are scattered around me make a beeline straight to my mind and heart. Okay, and then here's Ghazal 80, which is the last one for today. We three. Los tres hermanos, my spiritual and material brother and me. We are one, and there is no other. Los tres hermanos, my spiritual and material brother and me. We are one, and there is no other. One looks to earth, the other to heaven, and I am in the middle. Sometimes I feel like a waffle between both pans of the griddle. Trying to love you both makes a checkerboard of me, feeling sticky when that itchy maple syrup is poured on me. To be fair, that sticky sweetness is my personal defense, keeping me positioned here between past and future tense. The brother on the left lives in the dirt. The brother on my right cares when I feel hurt. I'm feeling so horribly angry. This really is no fun, knowing somehow the journey requires that we three be one. What kind of holy trinity is this? My grief is stored. How can I surrender to your will? Oh, help me, Lord. Wow. Isn't that a painful moment to be in? That moment can last for years. It can come and go until it gets some resolution. That's Ghazal number 80, called We Three. And gosh, we're done. I hope there's someone here listening. Sometimes there are plenty, and sometimes I don't see anyone. But I'm gonna turn this around to say hi to whoever shows there. Rose, wow, Rose. Oh, it is so good to see you. It's been ages. Peter, thank you so much. Audrey Demola, I love you too, Audrey. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will be back tomorrow, God willing. This I didn't get to say in the beginning. I'm going to say it now. This is my issue at this time of my life. After so many years of struggling that I'm not doing what I came here for, I'm finally doing it. And it's this. This is it. So I'm going to keep this going, God willing, every day. I want to say forever, as long as it goes on. There's a well, and I'm opening it, and I'm sharing it. And God bless you for being here to help me share it. And I'll see you all, God willing, tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to close it now. Bye-bye.